Welcome to the big show, AJ. It is Wednesday, May 13th, 2026. We are back home in Flushing, New York, and CITI-FIELD. About to play the middle game versus the Detroit Tigers. I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets. With a preview of game 42 versus the Detroit Tigers. If you enjoy my content, I ask that you please like and subscribe to the Mets head on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. The first runs were scored off of Peralta. In the second inning, with 2 strikes on Dingler, he hit a home run. Then he gave up a single, a double, and a sacrifice fly to put us down 2-0. He would end up pitching 6 innings, throwing 100 pitches. He gave up 2 runs on 7 hits and a walk with 7 strikeouts. We got on board in the bottom of the second. Melendez walked, Beatty singled, and Ewing walked to load the bases. Alvarez tried his hardest to do double play by grounding out to the shortstop, but he hustled to first base to get an RBI. We scored again the next inning with 3 straight singles by Bo, Soto, and Vientos to tie the game up at 2. Vientos is now batting .351 with runners in scoring position with 14 RBIs. We scored again in the 4th. Alvarez doubled, and Ben singled to put us up 3-2. 2 innings later in the 6th, a walk to Ewing, and Alvarez had to be taken out of the game after hurting his knee. But Terrence walked, Bench got an infield single, and Bo grounded out to third, but the third baseman threw it into the outfield, knocking in 2 more. Soto grounded out, putting us up 6-2. And then in the 7th, Beatty singled, and A.J. Ewing, with his first major league hit, gets a triple to put us up 8-2. A single to Soto and Vientos, and an error put us up 10-2. And we're moving on up. With the win yesterday, our record is now 16-25. 9 games under 500. Last place in the NL East. 12.5 games behind Atlanta, who have the best record in the major leagues. But we no longer have the worst record in the league. We are now the 4th worst, with Colorado a half a game behind us, and the Astros and Angels a full game behind us. On the mound for Detroit is the 32-year-old left-hand pitching Framber Valdez. He is 5'11", 230 pounds, from the Dominican Republic. He was signed as an international free agent by Houston in 2015. This is his 9th season in the majors. He has pitched 188 games. He is 81-52 with a 3.36 ERA and a little over 1,000 strikeouts in about 1,000 innings. Last year for Houston, he pitched in 31 games. He was 13-11 with a 3.66 ERA, 187 strikeouts in 192 innings pitched. This year so far, he's pitched in 8 games. He is 2-2 with a 4.57 ERA and 35 strikeouts in 43 innings pitched. He is coming off a 5-game suspension tonight. And a bases loaded walk to Ewing put us up 10-2, which was the final score. What an offensive outpouring by us last night. The third time this year we've scored 10 runs, and the fifth time we've scored 8 or more. Benj, Soto, Vientos, and Beatty all had 2 hits each. Alvarez, Torrens, and Ewing all went 1 for 2. Ewing had a triple, 2 runs, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, and a stolen base. Lead this guy off. 70 stolen bases last year in the minor leagues. Also moved Benj down to the middle for more middle order stability. Stop batting Melendez in the middle, and you have to pinch hit for him halfway through the game. Just put Benj there and leave him there. Raley would come in to pitch 1 inning. He got no runs on 2 hits, lowering his ERA to 1.13. But why would you waste him? Your only lefty reliever when you're up by 6 runs. Now he can't pitch today. At least he brought in Warren to pitch the rest of the game. He pitched 2 innings, gave up no runs on 1 hit and 2 walks, lowering his ERA to .82. It looks like Vientos hurt his knee in a swing late in the game, and he most likely will not be available today. It's a different body part, but it kind of reminds me of when Michael Conforto dislocated his shoulder swinging. You can't get hurt swinging. What the hell? So my suggested lineup for the Mets today against the lefty Framber Valdez is to lead off Bichette. He's 4 for 13 with a home run against Valdez. Move Soto up to number 2. He's 3 for 7 with 3 walks against Valdez. Then I would bat Semien third because he is 12 for 41 with a double, 2 homers, and 7 walks against Valdez. I would bat Vientos fourth. He is 1 for 6 with a home run, but that puts our 2 players with the highest average with runners in scoring position batting 3 and 4. I also would prefer Semien to bat third because Vientos is so slow. Semien would have a hard time knocking him in. So I would like the less powerful, more speedy, more experienced hitter against Valdez batting third. Then I would bat Benj fifth. Yes, Benj against the left-hander. He seems to be doing fine. Put him in right field. Leave him into the whole game. Don't even worry about pinch hitting for your 5th hitter. Then with Alvarez out, I would bat Torrens sixth. Torrens is 3 for 14 with a double against Valdez. Then I bat Slater 7th, 6 for 15 against Valdez. Yes, Slater should play. This is why he's on the team. And while he's with all these injuries, he's on the team. You need to use him in situations like this. You can't just let your bench players be ice cold. Then I bat Taylor 8th. I bat Brujan 9th. Put Brujan at shortstop, Taylor in center field, Slater in left. All right, wherever bench wants to play. Make Soto the DH. And then later in the game, you're set up to replace Slater And Bruhan with whoever you want, Ewing and Beatty, Melendez if you need to. I feel good after yesterday, and I think this will be a good lineup to hit Valdez, who's coming off a suspension. On the mound for the Mets is 26-year-old right-hand pitching Christian Scott. He is 6'4", 215 pounds. Drafted by the Mets in the 5th round in 2021. We picked Kumar Rocker as our first pick overall that year. Jackson Merrill was picked 27th. Mason Miller was 97th by Oakland, and Hunter Goodman was 109th by Colorado. This is his second year in the majors. His first year was in 2024. He pitched in 9 games, was 0-3 with a 4.56 ERA. He had 39 strikeouts in 47 innings pitched. This year, he's pitched in 3 games with no record and a 3.27 ERA. 15 strikeouts in 11 innings. The last time he pitched was in Colorado. He pitched 4 2/3, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 2 walks, and had 6 strikeouts. Mendoza pulled him too early, in my opinion. That's 2 out of his 3 games he was pulled too early. Hopefully, he'll let him go a little bit longer this time. The Tigers have released their lineup. McGonigal is leading off at third base, batting .293 this year. Dingler has been moved up to the second hole, playing catcher. Colt Keith and Riley Green are 3 and 4. Veerling has been moved to number 5. Perez is batting 6th. Torkelson moved up 1 spot to 7th. McKinstry is batting 8th, and Zach Short, ironically, is at shortstop. None of them have faced Scott before. The Mets have released their lineup. Carson Bench is leading off. He's only had 1 game where he's actually hit well in leadoff, and also he's a lefty. He doesn't hit lefties well. Just move Bichette up to first, really. Bichette's batting 2nd. Soto's batting 3rd. I like that. Those 2 guys back to back. Vientos is batting 4th, and Semion's batting 5th. I prefer to switch them around, but both should be in the lineup. Brett Beatty is in batting 6th at third base. I don't think he should be playing. Travis Taylor is batting 7th in left field. A.J. Ewing, I think they should not play him tonight. Let him not lose his confidence against the lefty. And then Terence is catching. You have, in my opinion, you have Slater and Bruhan on the bench for the occasion to hit against lefties, and they are not playing. I think it's a waste and not a smart move for Mendoza. Perhaps this is the defensive lineup. We'll see how it goes. Let's go, Mets, go. Until next time, I'm Juan Gan.